Okay, so stand up. And we're going to start our class shaking the tree. So remember to put your feet underneath your body. If you're really uncertain about your balance, bring your big toes together. Shift the weight into your balls of your feet. Spread your heels out, keeping the big toes touching. Shift the weight into your heels. Lift your toes. The outside edge of your feet are parallel to the outside edge of your hips. Bend your knees. Lift your shoulders. So you can have a little spring, right? And the key here is to lift and drop. Now, if you're unable to stand up, you can do this in a chair without, sinking into the knees. You just lift and drop. And the more you can let those arms drop down, big exhale for the finish, that will help get rid of that tension through the neck and shoulders. And you'll go at your ability to drop. But the heavier you let your arms go, the more it's going to open up through the neck and shoulders, where we tend to hold on really tight to our dis-ease when we're stressed out. So again, flick the fingers. The only reason that the fingers are flipping, notice I'm not lifting my arms and flicking my hands like this. The hands are moving because the shoulders are moving. And so it's just an extension of the shoulders dropping that the fingers are flipping. So try without effort. And again, the hands are just loose and empty. Keep a big, long exhale. Keep going. I'm just going to remind you, if you're in a chair, you can do this lift and drop in a chair, okay? Always stay forward on your chair so that you're not sinking into the lower back. Good. And then we're going to complement that move with knocking on the door of life and repeating these few warm-ups over and over, because these are things you can do whenever and they're quite effective. Again, we're just getting rid of stress and dis-ease in the body. And as we're swinging the arms, we're getting a little more circulation into those lymph nodes underneath the armpits. Let your hips slide forward. So the reason the arms are moving is because the hips are moving. Tapping at the hip bone and the lower back. And then lift your hands up under the rib cage. Feels tender, that's normal. It's because you have a diaphragm muscle. That's what helps expel the breath out of the lungs, but that will feel tender, so there's nothing wrong with you. Now bring it up to your collarbone. And your hands in the back are coming up as high as you can bring them. But tapping the lung meridian. Roll those hips. Don't forget to move the lower part of the body. So the upper part of the body sits above the hips. If the hips are moving, the upper body will move too. This is really good too. The lungs hold the qualities of depression. So tapping the lungs helps to get rid of stagnant energy. If you find that you are coughing, that's really typical. Don't worry about it. It's getting rid of some stuff. Now we're going to slow it down, reverse tapping down the front of the body into the hips. And if you don't have time for the full body tapping, we've just gone through the major organs. So doing just the torso can be as effective as going through the arms and the whole body that we do. Now bring your feet back up underneath you. We're going to do more for the kidneys. Remember, they're the regulators. So bend your knees. You're going to bring your arms back. Lift up onto the toes and drop down with the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Heavy, like you're trying to bang through the floor. 2 more if you can. Good. And now we're just gonna let our arms swing, or actually just turn your palms out for a moment and close your eyes. Bring your attention to that space between your fingertips and move your head back so your head is over your shoulders instead of your head being forward. Relax your face. Bring your attention down to the bottom of your feet. Hear the sound of your exhale. Now we're going to open your eyes. We're going to do heaven and earth, which we haven't done for a while. And with this one, your arms are going to cross without touching in the front. And then one hand, as it goes up, the palm turns up and the other palm turns down. We keep our hands no lower than the hip bone. So when you find your hip bone, that's about the line of where you want that hand to be. Let me get this up a little bit. And the other hand is going to come just above the head. So we're not going really long with the arms. Everything has a bend. So breathe in the center. Exhale. Press. So pressing like you're pushing into the pillow. You can follow your hand as you like. Inhaling as the hands cross. And exhale. Breathe in the middle. Exhale. So just like you're pushing up into a cloud. Breathe in. And this time as you bring your hand into the sky, you're going to keep your knees bent. We're going to twist to the opposite direction. We'll go up, come back, cross the hands, go slow like your breath. Exhale. Point the thumb up into the sky. And as you twist, you're going to feel this down to the side of your body into your hip. Breathe in. Exhale, twist. Come back to center. And twist, exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back. Lower your hands down. Bring your palms out. Close your eyes. Take a long exhale. Bring your feet in underneath your body. And now you're going to lift. So the wrist and knee are going to lift together. And again, your wrist doesn't come any higher. We're going to do a little bit of cloud walking. So I have to share right now. I just realized that I'm supposed to be at the center and I completely forgot. So if anyone's there, I'm full on embarrassed. But here we are in our Zoom room. Inhale, lift your wrist and the knee. Let your toe come off the ground if you can. So my hand is at wrist and hip height. Now flex the heel and the wrist. Step and put the foot down. And as the toes come down, the fingers empty. Lift up on the inhale. So this leg is bent. It has all the weight in it. If you need to leave your toe on the ground, go ahead. Wrist in line with the shoulder. Flex the foot. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. Flexing. Sink with your exhale. Inhale, lift up. And sink. So cloud walking can be done around the room. We're just going to practice staying in place so that we can have our balance. Okay? Lift up. sink down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up. Fully into your breath, nice and slow. See how slow and soft you can make your movement without effort. Again. Last time. Good. Now turn your palms out once more. Spread your fingers wide. We're going to do Y as Al turns his head. So the arms are out, your fingers are spread wide. All right. And you're going to move your head back. So be careful that you're not looking ahead like this at your monitor. Move your head back so your chin is over your shoulders. Fingers are spread. Turn and look over your shoulder. Check in with your face. Make sure you're not holding any dis-ease and drop the shoulders down away from your head. Reach out through your fingertips. Eyes are wide. Bring your head back to center, release your arms. Take a little break, wiggle your fingers. And then opening the palms again, turn your head over the opposite shoulder as if you were looking behind you, reaching out through your fingers. Eyes wide open, stretch down and out through the fingertips. Keep the shoulders down. Bring your head back, release your hands. Let's just do one more variation of this. So again, the hands, the fingers are going to be together. And then you're going to curl the little finger side up. So like you have a cup of water. So both arms are out. Remember to leave that space under your armpits. Curl the little finger side up. Stretch down. Bring one ear over one shoulder. So whatever shoulder you pick, you're going to reach down a little more through the opposite hand. Remember, you could be in a chair doing this if you need to sit down. And then whatever shoulder your ear is over top of, let that arm release. So your emphasis is on the exhale. And you're guiding any tension across your shoulder, down your arm, and out to the end of the fingertips. Keep the little finger side curled up and all the fingers hugging each other. With your eyes closed, tilt your head in front of your shoulder. Bring your head back over the shoulder and then roll the head behind the shoulder so your jaw is reaching up to the sky. Check in with the shoulder that your head is over and make sure you did not lift that shoulder up to your ear. Keep that arm empty and heavy. And with your eyes closed, I want you to explore. Roll the ear over the shoulder and slowly in front of the body. Return slow again behind the shoulder. Lifting the jaw up. And as your ear comes back over the shoulder, bring your head back to center. Release your arm. Take a breath. And we're gonna go to the other side. It's nice to close your eyes while you're doing this, just so you're really on the inside of your body. So fingers together, roll the little finger side up, lengthen your spine, tuck your head over top of the other shoulder. So imagine your ear is trying to kiss the top of your shoulder, but make sure you're not holding that shoulder up. Keep it down. Relax the arm. Keep the little finger rolled up. Eyes closed. Breath long, slow, and soft. Imagine the tension sliding across the shoulder, down the arm, and through the fingertips. And tuck your head in front of the shoulder. Keeping the eyes closed, ear comes back over the center of the shoulder. And then roll the head behind the shoulder, lifting your jaw toward the sky. Reaching down and out through the opposite arm. Again, notice how your face is feeling. Is your forehead soft? Are your teeth away from each other? Bring your ear back over top of the shoulder, and then once again in front of the shoulder. One last time, roll the head slowly back. And then as you bring your head over the shoulder, bring your head back to center. Let's bring our hands into our abdomen and close your eyes. Check in again with your face, make sure it's relaxed. Now let's step our knees in together. Our feet and knees. Bring your hands to the top of your knees. So from the side, I'm squatting down just a little bit. You could create a variation in the chair. You're just gonna come on the balls of the feet. It's a little more challenging because it's easier if you're standing. So I am squatting slightly and my hands are on my knees and I'm circling my ankles. And now go in the other direction. Good. And now we're gonna shake out. So shake, and if you need to use something to hold on to, that's fine. If you're able to shake the hands in one leg, or just do the arms and then do one leg at a time. Whatever works. Always variations. Shaking out the joints. Good. Now open your legs to the side. Bring your hands to your hips. Again, slight bend in your knees. And we're gonna do the hula hoop. And now big circles. So knees bent. Remember, the pelvis is forward, to the side, back. Trace that hula hoop. See how big. In the beginning, let's just let the upper body move. So you're rotating gyroscope. Remember not to lock the legs. And go in the other direction. Now we're gonna make your circles small. So I want you to imagine that there is a dinner plate instead of a hula hoop. You're going to circle the dinner plate. And with this, try to keep your ribs still. So if you want to put your hands on your rib cage, rotate around the outside edge of your dinner plate. And then go in the other direction. Why do we do these? Because the hips are the center of the body. They hold a lot of dis-ease. Oh my gosh. Having one of those mornings, aren't I? Okay. Other direction.
This is a rough draft of a piece that will be completely a cappella.
What's going on?
Bass, drums, side
somehow
comments,
something just popped
all
on.
harmonies and all melody will be a cappella.
Everybody, I don't know what's going on, but if you can hear this, forgive me. Some bizarre things are happening with my computer right now. Thanks for your patience this morning. Now we're going to add the upper body. So we're going to serve tea. And if you have to sit down because you're really tired, feel free to do so. Remember, you can do the upper body in a chair. If you're able to stand up and do the whole thing, it makes everything much easier for the whole body to move, but it's not essential. You can always create variations. Remember, you're doing what works for your body. Don't worry about the small details. So we're going to start with your hand cupped up. And we're going to slide the arm back behind you and then curl the wrist in. Fingers point back, shoulders roll forward. Lift your elbow. Bring the arm forward. This is where it's awkward. Lift your elbow up. Tuck your tailbone under. Bring your hand above your head in a circle. Slide back. Roll the shoulder. Lift the elbow. Make a circle, tucking the tailbone under as your hand comes back. Again, we're moving nice, even, slow, and soft, just like our breath. Inhale, lifting upward. Long inhale. Exhale, lower down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sliding the elbow back and rolling the shoulder. Inhale, again, lifting up, curling. And exhale. And now as our hand comes up, we're going to reverse. So take a sip of breath in, roll the shoulder, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. So enjoy the slowness of the movement and see how much you can engage your whole body, even if you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, shift, tilt the pelvis, roll the hips. Instead of thinking about how fast we might be able to do this move, feel the weight redistributing from side to side as you bring your arm up and around the body. Let's do one more on this side. And if you're able to understand the movement, keep your mind connected with the palm. And this is how we make it a moving meditation. We'll do one more in this direction, then we're switching. Breathe in. Roll the shoulder. Yeah. Take a breath. Try the other side. Remember, it's going to feel different. That's normal. Slide the arm back. Curl the wrist, roll the shoulder, bring your hand forward, lift your elbow up. Big inhale, opening your heart and lungs. Exhale, open spine and kidneys. Lift the elbow, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. Last one. Reverse. So reach out, circle big. Bring the hand back. Roll the shoulder. Palm stays facing up. So remember, the thumb is the trick. Bring your hand behind you. Slide the hand forward. Lift your teacup up. Circle wide on the inhale. Rolling forward. Exhale. Remember, if you spill your tea, we have endless refills this morning. One more in this direction. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now we'll do 3 in each direction using both hands. So remember, the key is to cross the hands without them touching. So I cross without touching. Pull your elbows straight back. Roll the shoulders. So curl your spine. Slide your fingers back. Bring your elbows forward. Lift them into the sky. Tuck under your tailbone. Keep your thumbs pointing up. Breathe in. Tailbones tucked under. Hearts open. Exhale. Spine and kidneys are open. Rolling. Lift up the elbows. Point your thumbs up. Breathe in. With a smile on your face, opening your heart. Exhale. Fully empty your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Now bring your hands up and your palms together. And then brush your hands down the front of your body. So one hand's going down the other side. You can step or sitting, just brush. So we're going left hand down the right side of the body, right hand down the left side of the body. Just reorganizing and bringing balance back. Good. So now we're going to continue brushing. So we're going to start here at the chest, and you can do this if you're seated, same. Down the front of your body, across the top of your feet, sweep your hands off. So breathe in, breathe out. Let's do the back of the body. So we're brushing, hands on either side of the spine, down the back of the legs. And just so everyone stays together and not exhausted, let's have a seat. Remember to try to sit forward. If you have back problems, for right now, you could even rest your elbows on your knees just to lean forward. But if you can, try to keep your shoulders over your hips and close your eyes. Notice those sitting bones on the ground. Face is soft. Just taking a moment to check in. Pay attention to what you're feeling within your own body. Bring your mind fully into the length of your breath. Great. Now, you because this heat that we are entering into the summer, now that it is officially summer, I want to remind you that the heart is the organ associated with fire or heat. So one way that you can help bring the energy down, the heat, is by brushing down the inside of the arm. So across the chest and down the arm. And when you're feeling really overheated, instead of trying to throw a mug of water over your head or a bucket of ice, you can take that ice and put it on your wrist for a pressure point. So we talked about the pressure points in the wrist before, how tapping at the wrist is good for immunity and emotion regulation. But it also is great for heat, because if you think about your emotions being overheated can cause frustration and anger. So I don't have an ice cube with me, but I have a water bottle. This water bottle was the same as a frozen ice cube or frozen bottle of water. You want to put that on the inside, placed right here at your pressure, at your pulse point. Where some of you may put perfume there. This is a point where if you put an ice cube between your wrists at this point, you will calm and cool the whole body down. So it's a lot more economical in terms of not dousing your head. And that's a way that you can cool your body. We're going to take a minute to go over the headache points in the hand. So your hand is open. We've got the web part of the palm. We're gonna bend your fingernail, or your thumb, sorry, and put the bend of your thumb at the web of your hand. And right there where the thumb ends, that's your point. So rubbing in this spot, if it feels tender, you've got the right spot. This is effective for people if you are on your cycle. You may tend that it'll be a little more tender. If you know someone else that gets migraine or headaches, this is a point you can rub multiple times during the day. Remember, there's no negative impact. And now we're going to go to the other side. So bent finger, hand is in the web. Press down, rotate. And one side may feel more tender than the other. That's perfectly normal as well. So we're going to go to those rest points that I mentioned earlier, and this tapping right on those points. So the inside is regulating emotion, the outside is for regulating immune system. So you could do both at the same time or just focus on one. So we're going to start with the wrist tapping at each other, tapping to what degree feels comfortable for you. Could count a certain number to help keep you focused. Now we're going to do the back side. Good. Now shake your fingers out. Bend your knuckles. So this is called tiger claw. We're going to take our tiger claw and bring your knuckles in and scrub. You're scrubbing a pan vigorously. And then do the fingertips, so right at the nails, scrubbing. Shake your hands. And this shaking can be done again to help bring circulation into your hands. If you're struggling with neuropathy, a little shake it up. Shake it up a few times during the day. Next, we're gonna go to working the heart meridian. So in the center of the palm, this point in the middle is essentially the end of the heart meridian. So we're gonna start there and do our hand massage today. Again, I'm gonna come a little closer, a little easier for you. Start at the bottom of the hand around the heel of the hand, the side, to the bottom of the finger. Make sure you go up both sides. Pinch at the tip of the finger. Start at the bottom again and go up to the top and bottom. And a pinch. Before you go to the next finger, start back at the center and come up under the knuckle. And if you struggle and you have any arthritis or other joint issues, when you get into those tender spots, just send it some love. This is bringing the blood back into the fascia. The fascia is what surrounds the joints and the bones and organs, everything in your body. That sheath starts to dehydrate as we age, which is why we end up with a little more discomfort some days more than others. Just keep drinking your water and giving yourself little hand massages, foot massage, or better yet, find somebody to do it for you. All the way to the tip, squeeze. When you get to the thumb, you're going to go around the bottom of the thumb joint. So be sure to hit all the way at the base. This is usually tender on most people because our thumb gets the most use. Often this is the tendon that people have issues with. But these do work. They will help reduce that pain if you continue to practice and continue doing these movements. Okay, when you're done, go to the other side. Start at the middle of the wrist. Come around the bottom, the side. Remember on your hand, if you know that you have one finger or part of your hand that's needs a little extra attention, feel free to spend extra time there as we're moving through it. Pinch at the end. Certainly a good reminder to do these when you're watching TV or some other activity where listening is involved but not the hands in action. Pinch. It's often nice to think about everything your hands have done for you through this lifetime. It's pretty amazing. They're amazing miracles, aren't they? Come up under each joint, up your knuckle, through each joint, squeezing at the tip. Remember also to elevate if your feet and hands start to swell this summer. You can always keep your hands up if you have swelling in your fingers. That'll help reduce that swelling. Come around each finger, squeeze at the tip. All the way around the base. Pinch at the tip. Then lace your fingers and rotate. And then go in the other direction. If it feels awkward, try changing which finger you had on top. Good. Now we're going to go to the last headache point. So I want you to pinch your middle finger and thumb at the tip of your ears. Your thumb there,
And touch your middle fingers together in the top of your head. So I'm halfway from the front to the back in both directions. If I was going to draw a line, if I was drawing the brain, I would do this point as the cross section. Remove one hand, push straight down, and it's going to feel a little strange. You'll feel a little soft spot. So if you're off a little bit, you may need to wiggle around. It'll feel indescribably odd. A little tingly, burny, you've got the spot. You can rotate or just press straight down and sustain for about a minute. Very good. If you struggle with headache, this really does work. Good. Check out your hand. Now we're gonna do little finger tapping. So like rain, use your fingertips. Start at the bottom of your chin. Tap up the front of your face. Start in the middle and then move toward the outside. Tapping in the side of your head. So you can get a little more vigorous or tender as is needed for your body. Come all the way around the back. Be sure to get right behind the ears. Tilt your chin. So as you bring your fingers back to where your neck and skull connect, it's nice and open as you're tapping. Come up the back of your head in the middle, and then toward the back of the ears. So we're going to come up the middle and out. And then up the side of the head to the tip of the head. And now take your fingers and brush back. Rub your hands together. Become really warm. Lay your palms over your face. And be mindful that if you are someone spending a lot of time on Zoom or on your computer doing other things, that right now just take your hands and slide your palms up over your eyes. This color that you see with your mind's eye is a blue-black, the color of midnight, and it's the most relaxing color and most restorative for the eye muscles. So if you're on a computer a lot, try to set a little timer every 20 minutes. Cup your hands over your eyes. Just give them a little break so they don't get too fatigued. Good. Slide your hands down. We're going to move to the feet. So if you're on your chair, cross the foot over if you're able, or use the ball under your foot if you're unable to bring your foot over your knee. Again, we're going to start with at the heel, rotating from the heel up to the ankle. And I'm using both thumbs, pressing from the heel up toward the ball of the foot, moving through the arch. The area feels tender. Just a little reminder to come back to it. The side of the foot, and again, pressing. You can also use your knuckles, remember, if you want to get a little more intense. Go down between the soft spot of each toe. And now take your elbow or a thumb, and we're going to get into the soft spot right at the middle of the ball of the foot. So rotating either the thumb or the elbow in that point, above the well point. Pull the toes back. Use your other hand. Put the fingers right at the under the toes, massaging at the toe line. So cupping your hand over the ball of the foot, you get a little massage to that area as well. We're going to go through each toe. Doesn't matter which one you start with. Both fingers are in pincher mode. So we can do the top, bottom, and sides together, starting at the bottom, just as we did with the fingers. Wiggle your way to the end and give a pinch at the end of the toe. Move on to the next one. And notice how each toe is a little different. Toes are pretty amazing too. They just seem such little things that are so important to our balance. If we didn't have them, it would be more difficult to stand up. They're just some interesting little weird shaped objects that we need. Now take your opposite hand and slide your fingers in between the toes like you're holding your foot instead of your hand. Rotate your ankle. Go in the other direction. And then take your hands and rub. Let's go to the other side. So bring the other foot up. That's how the side feels different. Again, start with the heel. So we're going from the heel toward the ankle. Again, if any area feels tender to it, your body's asking for some attention. Use both your thumbs or your knuckles. We're going to move from the heel toward the ball of the foot. Side and then over the top of the foot, so you're getting in between the toes. Down, down. Pull the toes back. Use the other hand, massage at the base of the toes. And again, using your pincher fingers, pick a toe to start with. Begin at the base, massage all the way to the tip. Give it a little squeeze. Maybe this foot feels different than the other. Once you finish moving through each toe, take the opposite hand and thread the fingers in between the toes. Rotate your ankle. Go in the other direction. And then scrub. Put down. You want to take a quick peek to notice how the two feet look different. It's kind of interesting to do that. So take your palms, maybe they're warm after doing that rubbing with your feet. Just like you're holding an urn. Imagine that you have an urn in your hand. And just lift, drop. Notice if there's any tingling in your palms. And again, we're going to do this very slow so your mind is in your palms. Feel the sensation in your palms and down through your fingers. Lift up and fold the hands in toward each other. Very slowly, guide them in. Pulse. So imagine again, you are pressing and pushing into a pillow of a cloud. Soft that might be. Feel what's going on with your hands. Noticing that energy. We call it positive and negative ions. We call it Qi. And in India, they call it prana. This is the force we have within us. That is our life beyond breath. It's what every living thing in the universe is created from. Close your eyes, and as you feel this pulsation, direct it inward. You could even turn your palms toward a part of your body, your heart, or any area that could use a little extra attention. Smile on your face. And know that even though you can't see what is creating that tingling feeling between your palms and throughout your whole body, this is the power that we have to create that and generate that energy through our practice. So we can turn it inward for our own healing. Now let's turn our palms together one more time, and this time we're going to bring all the way together and touch. Your eyes closed. Notice the texture of your fingers connecting with one another. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in, making your body taller. Fill your body up and feel it expand like a hollow vessel, filling with your favorite beverage. Let your breath lift up under your skin. And as you feel your body full of breath, know that that oxygen, circulation, or Qi, is the best medicine that you can give to yourself. Each time you release your breath, you're letting go of all your body doesn't need. Remember that what you've done here in this practice today may not show on the outside, but you've honored that perfect, beautiful vessel that you've been given to take care of. It's my honor to have each of you here with me today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful week, and they'll see you next week. Thursday, there will be a stuff. So they're going to be sending you a notification for that.
Thank you, Deanna.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
holiday. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday.
Have a
Enjoy
safe trip.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Have fun.
a great
Have a safe
time.
trip.
Thank you.